It's time now to heat things up in the kitchen, and we are with Suzanne Clark from Living a Creative Life, and I love this because we are crock pot cooking today.
Yes,
this is
we
so
are.
easy.
It is so easy, and I love this because this makes your entertaining a snap. We're going to make this in the crock pot. We're not going to even have to use the oven.
What are we making?
Well, we're going to do easy, cheesy baked potatoes.
Okay, and this is all in the crock pot. We're not using the oven at all.
No, we're just we're gonna put everything in here. So, you know, this is great if you're doing a holiday dinner and you have turkey or ham in the oven. You can make this on the side. You're grilling and, you know, you want to keep the heat outside. Make these and
tailgating, no matter what you're doing.
Tailgating would be fantastic.
This is awesome. Okay, so where do we start?
Okay, let's start by making our sauce.
Okay.
Okay, so we have our bowl here, industrial. If you would like to go ahead and add a can of chicken soup, cream of chicken soup. Actually, it's this one right there.
Wasn't looking. There we go.
And we're just going to add that in there. And then next we're going to add condensed milk. Now this is not sweetened condensed milk, so don't get that mixed up.
The whole can?
The whole entire can. This is such an easy recipe. You're going to want to make it all the time. Okay, and then next to add a little more creaminess, we're going to add some whipped challenge cream cheese.
Okay, so the whole bucket here?
Yep, the whole container.
All right.
And we're just going to add that. This is going to help like thicken the sauce a little bit and give it more of a cheesy texture.
This is thick right now. Do you want to like take it out before, so you know when it's cold and it gets a little hard?
Yes, I definitely recommend it, and that's also why we're using the whipped variety, because it's going to incorporate a little bit easier. Now we want to flavor this up a little bit, and we're going to do some garlic powder. This is 2 teaspoons. Yeah, the whole thing, 'cause this is a lot of potatoes, and they need a lot of flavor. And then this is 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of pepper. We're going to add that in there, and then we're just going to whisk it together. It's that easy. And you know what, Dusty, if there's a few lumps here and there, it's okay, because when this cooks, it melts all down.
Okay, so I'm going to do this. What are you going to do?
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to start setting up our potatoes. So this is 3 pounds of potatoes, and I slice them in my food processor, and they're about that thick. I don't like them too thin because they kind of turn into mashed potatoes if you get them too thin.
So get them a little thicker.
Yeah, and you know, slice them on a box grater or your knife or the food processor, whatever works is just fine. So we're going to put a nice layer of potatoes on the bottom here. Now we're going to add a little bit more flavor, and we're going to add some onion. We're just going to add it right on top.
Just throwing it right on. I love that.
Yeah, this is so easy. And that was this is going to be a whole onion that's just been sliced up. Then this is 4 cups of cheddar cheese, and I'm going to add half of that in here. Okay. And then I'm going to add some red bell pepper, some diced red bell pepper. And you know, if you don't like any of these ingredients, of course you don't have to add them.
That's the best part. You can just throw whatever you want on there.
Yeah, any flavoring you want.
Bacon.
And here's some bacon. I love the bacon and the potato. So half of that. And then to kind of keep this all nice and moist, I'm going to add just some little chunks of butter.
How much are you adding here?
This is going to be a total of a stick. And I just chunked it up into little pieces. I'm just going to add half of that now. And then, Destry, do you want to pour half of that sauce on top?
Pour half of the sauce on top. Okay.
Yes. And it's really...
Does it matter like how it goes? Or
it really just doesn't. It's all going to cook together, and like magic, it's going to be done.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and...
One more layer.
Yep. I'm just going to add the rest of those potatoes in here. Just like so. Kind of push it down a little bit, and then I'm just going to repeat. I'm going to add rest of my cheese.
Got the onion.
And the onion. It doesn't matter what order it goes, just as long as you get it in that pot.
It's all going to mix together.
Yeah, it sure does. And then there's my
Suzanne,
red bell
this
peppers.
might be the easiest recipe you've done.
It could be.
I mean, seriously.
And it's so darn good. And then I'm going to put the butter, and then we're going to end up with
the rest of this, right?
Yep, add that sauce right on. This is something, though, my family always asks for, and everybody expects it. If I make a big dinner or have people over, everybody's going to expect that I have this.
Yeah.
So now all we have to do is cook this. We're going to put our top on. I'm going to set the timer on high for 5 hours.
And then it's done.
That's it. And serve it right out of here. So we created it inside the crock pot. We're cooking in the crock pot, and we're going to serve it in the crock pot.
Yeah, or if you want to get fancy, you can even throw them in here too.
Yeah, yep. And so this is your other option. After you get done with that, if you wanted to fancy them up a little bit, put them in little crocks.
All right.
And I like to add parsley for nice little freshness.
All right, livingacreativelife.net. You can get the recipe today.